Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clint Zoka, and welcome to another My Thoughts On. And today, here we go, my favourite Christmas film of all time. Yes, I know there's the Grinch. I've already done the Grinch. Yes, there's Elf. Yes, there's Home Alone. Yes, there's Santa Claus the movie. But they're all overrated. Everyone just says the same thing. Oh, Elf, The Grinch. Look, I love Home Alone. I really enjoy Elf. Grinch is okay, but there's always that one Christmas film that everyone forgets about. And well, mostly I think it's this one. It's called Arthur Christmas. It's from the same team that brought us Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Hotel Transylvania, recently with the critically acclaimed and very well received Spider Man Into the Spider Verse. But they're also joined by Aardman. If you don't know, they're the same team that created bleh, Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run, Shaun the Sheep, along with its movies. You heard me right, movies. There's another one. Recently with Early Man, Pirates is also another film that they did along with Sony. Pirates and Adventure with Scientists, or Pirates and the Band of Misfits. So you team up together to bring this Christmas movie, and unfortunately, it's not in stop motion. If you want one, you can watch Pirates. So this one is about how does Santa deliver all those presents at once? Well, this film answers that question in a very creative and clever way. So basically, Santa, voiced by Jim Broadbent, brilliant casting by the way, gets help from his elves to deliver, well, all the presents to all the nice kids. And Steve, voiced by Hugh Laurie, helps him out, and he's kind of the leader of the operation. While Grand Santa, voiced by Bill Nighy, was a great Santa, but he's seen better days. And then you've got Arthur, voiced by James McAvoy, again in his British accent, who actually he's sort of like Mr. Poppy from Nativity, except I can actually it's like except he's not as annoying as him, but he's sort of like the man child who's always hopeful and always thinks that Christmas is all about spirit and being happy and all that. So he loves Christmas a lot, and when one child's present goes missing, it's only a race against time and a mission for him and Grand Santa and one of the elves to deliver that present to that one kid. And from there, this movie is pretty interesting. It plays around with the idea of how would Santa deliver a lot of these presents in one day. This is a very clever idea, and I mean, despite its modern tone, it doesn't do it like in a very cringy way. It does it in a very natural and just very normal way. And I admire the film for being not too cringy. It has really funny moments that are the very, very typical British humour, and I admire that. When it gets emotional, it gets emotional. When it gets serious, it gets serious. Okay, maybe there are a couple of moments in the film where the humor's not perfect, but for the most part, I really enjoy the humor. I did laugh quite a bit, especially with Grand Santa, Arthur. I enjoy Santa himself, Malcolm. It's executed with a very good pace. It's fast paced. It's also got some development here as well. So honestly, there isn't anything wrong with the writing. Okay, it's predictable, but you kind of need a simple story just to make this concept work. You don't need to make it all, unique and original or complex. No, you just need a simple story about one person delivering one gift, one present to a child who's been missed out. That's all you need, and you can throw so many creative ideas. And that's why films like like the Lego Movie and oh, what else? Toy Story and Inside Out, because their their ideas are so great and so unique that you don't need to make it very complex. You just need to tell a simple story that can flow along with its concept. And in this movie, it works. The idea is clever, original, interesting. It has a lot of interesting ideas, and I love the way it's created. Like instead of a sleigh, and yeah, I mean, I know they go on the sleigh and all, but they have this like giant hovercraft, and it looks amazing, and it can go invisible, and it can sorry, it can also change the sky. It can change from like daylight to night. That's really cool. And there's one character, one elf who's an expert at rapping, which is amazing. Like this movie has so many great ideas that it's it's hard to say that it's bad. Also, like Hotel Transylvania 3, this is one of the movies that it's actually quite hard to hate, because not only is it funny and heartwarming, but it has a great message behind it as well. And God, this movie has so much heart to it, and I think it works. And I'm glad it's a Christmas movie in that regard. If it was like a normal comedy, I think it wouldn't really work as much. But since it's a Christmas movie, I think it works. Arbon and Sony have put in so much effort into this writing and creativity that I think this is probably one of the best original ideas for a Christmas movie I've ever seen. And they certainly know how to tell a great story, despite it being simple. Animation. Okay, look. I think Sony's animation is a bit of a mixed bag. Recently with Spider-Man, I think they've proven to be a great animation studio. Cloudy with Enchanted Meatballs is kind of fun, and Hotel Transylvania and all that, Smurfs. But with the Star and Open Season, they have proven that their animation looks bleh. Here, it's in the middle. I like the designs of all the characters. I think they look alright. The backgrounds are gorgeous. It's a very Christmassy and very colourful looking film. The action scenes are engaging. It has some good movements. It's a very creative looking movie. I love the way the sleigh and the where the elves are and North Pole. It's really fast, and I like the look of the movie, but it's just the characters look weird. Especially when there's like an elephant in the background. I understand that this had like a low budget or something like that, but if I could be really honest, it really doesn't look all that great. Arthur looks okay. Grand Santa probably looks better. Santa looks weird. Steve looks weird. The children and the elves, jeez, they look even stranger. That's like the only nitpick I have, but that's not like a big fault. It's just that their designs look odd. Besides that, the animation definitely knows how to capture the spirit of Christmas, and it definitely knows how to make something look average, make it look unaverage, make it festive and extraordinary. And what is not better than like stop motion augmented animation, it certainly knows how to get the animation and its colourful environment right. So, in other words, I like the animation. Yeah. Characters and acting. Our main character, Arthur, is a really, I don't know, really admirable character. Yeah, he's a bit childish and goofy, but he still cares about this girl who's been left out, and he cares about Christmas, and he loves his dad, and you can't hate him for that. He's just simply a really likable character, and I liked him all the way through. Okay, I mean, there was one scene, and not really a spoiler, but you get the characters who argue, and one who doesn't want to do that, and then the other character says sorry. I'll admit, when it involves Arthur, and I won't spoil it, let's just say I thought it was a bit. I mean, it makes sense, but slightly out of character. Other characters in the film, like Grand Santa and the Scottish elf that does the rapping. I forgot her name. They're the comic reliefs who actually help Arthur on his journey. Grand Santa may be a bit of a bit unlikable, but he's funny. He's old. I enjoy him, and I thought he's quite funny as well. The elf who joins them is helpful and useful. Uh, Santa is so bumbly, lovable, and I enjoy his presence. Excuse me. Steve is not the villain, but he's more like the one who knows about technology, and he just wants to do it his own way. And then there's Margaret, or I think her name was it Margaret. I think it was either Martha or Margaret. I'm gonna say Margaret. Margaret is the wife of Malcolm, and she's like the queen, and she's the kind of there. The rest of the elves are also there because, well, they got elves. What else? Basically, the only like main characters you should care about is Arthur, Grand Santa, Steve, Santa, Martha. I mean Margaret, the little girl, and that one elf. That's it. I mean, they have good personality and well, not much development, but they're all likable. Okay, maybe sorry. Okay, maybe except for Steve. He is a little unlikable, but you get what to him. The voice acting is brilliant. You've got some really good people here. You've got James McAvoy, you've got Hugh Laurie, Jim Broadbent, Bill Nye. Wow. And James McAvoy, although I know he's Scottish, he can really do a good English accent. How do I know? I saw Romeo and Juliet and Sherlock Gnomes, and I could definitely tell he's proven to be a very English actor, even though he is from Scotland. Hugh Laurie is a lot of fun. I enjoy him as Steve. Jim Broadbent is a perfect Santa. And I can definitely see why Get Santa has got inspiration as from Jim Broadbent as Santa in this movie. Bill Nye is a delight as Grand Santa. He was really funny, and I didn't even know he can do a great voice performance here. The only other time I think he's actually done a great one was Rango, and I think technically the Pirates of the Caribbean film, the one with Davy Jones, because that was him. Everyone else does pretty well. Sure, some of it's a bit American, and you can argue it's kind of annoying, but didn't bother me a lot. I enjoy the voice acting. The characters are likable, fun, and have a bit of a depth with them, and the voice acting's great as well. It helps give these characters a nice Christmas feel to them, and makes them really strong. On a side note, the score by Harry Gregson Williams, I can't remember one or the other, is amazing. And I know he's done the score for like Early Man, he's done The Meg, I think he's done Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were Rabbit. He's a very popular composer, and I think his score here is excellent. It captures the Christmas feel, just like Danny Elfman from The Grinch. So there's that. Yeah, say what you want about Home Alone and Elf and The Grinch and uh, It's a Wonderful Life. A lot of people say they are like the best Christmas films of all time, and Jingle All the Way as well. Well, as much as I like Home Alone and Elf, they're all overrated. Why can't you just watch this? This one is a fresh, original, beautifully animated, strong and lovable characters with great voice acting and great music. Okay, granted, the humor is a bit off and the story's simplistic and animation can be a bit at times. And Arthur can be a bit, Arthur and Grand Santa can be a bit unlikable. But besides that, I think this is probably the best Christmas film you'll ever get. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's like one of the best Christmas films of all time, if not the best Christmas film of all time. I mean, it's better than Rhapsody Street Kids. At least the animation here looks pleasant. Yeah. I'm gonna give this movie a 10 out of 10. Yes, I know it had a couple of nitpicks, but I really like this movie a lot. So okay, so yeah, tomorrow I'll be uploading my next review for Christmas, and after that, I think I will do a request by DJ Electrical. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know, but I'm gonna do that as well, and it'll be in the form of a Vertigo movie. I will definitely do that. I'll definitely do that about maybe next Monday. Not sure, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, ho 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 ho. Merry Christmas, folks.